I love this part of the show when I can put on an all-black outfit or an all-velour suit and walk over to my guest at the other side of Studio 9. Today, it's our friend Jack Armstrong, our NBA analyst. We're going to talk a little NBA draft. Hello, my friend.
Woo! I tell you what, the draftees don't have as good as look as you, Jay. You are rocking it. You got the drip going.
Thank you. Coming from you, that means a lot, my friend. I appreciate that. Hey, listen, this is exciting. Did you feel like the Raptors needed more shooting help? Because they got it. Bobby Webster said not just the shooting from Gradey Dick, but the basketball IQ as well.
Well, basketball IQ, there's no doubt. You know, arguably he's the best shooter in the draft, and this guy can really. He's got great mechanics, moves without the ball exceptionally well. Good catch and shoot guy, very good with creating off the bounce. He's got size. He's got athleticism. He's going to be a terrific fit. And look, this is people talking about his defense. This is an offensive league.
Right.
You need dudes that can score, and then you figure it out on the defensive end, excuse me. But this is a guy for the Raptors, considering all the challenges they had a year ago with their offensive situations in the half court. They needed somebody that can open things up a little bit and create spacing. I love this pick for them.
And basketball IQ, my favorite part, I learned that he was a tutor in high school to middle school kids in math. I mean, talk about a high IQ. That's impressive.
That would help me quite a bit.
Okay, Gary Trent Jr. opts in, which I thought was interesting. Didn't expect that. Opts into his contract. He'll be back. And Pascal Siakam has reportedly said he's not interested in signing a long-term deal with a team that he might be traded to. Bottom line is everyone seems to want to stay in Toronto, which on some level could be a good thing, but maybe not so much if you actually want to trade Pascal.
No, it's a good point you make. Obviously, the positive is that this is an outstanding player, a homegrown guy who's been a wonderful guy. His story has been amazing. So you're proud of that, and you're hopeful that if both parties want that to happen, that's great. On the other side of it, to your point, if you are in the business of trying to move them, then, maybe it causes some hesitation on the other side. So, nonetheless, I think if you're the Raptors, you have to figure out exactly where he fits in your pecking order long term, not just with a year left on his contract, but where are you going with this? And obviously, you have Fred VanVleet's contractual situation as well as Jakob Poeltl, and you need to address other needs. So, can Siakam be that piece that can maybe help you on multiple fronts, or is he a guy you're truly committed to? It's nice to hear that he would love to be back, but takes two to tango.
Okay, Victor Wembanyama, no surprise, goes number 1. Brandon Miller, number 2 to Charlotte. And then Scoot Henderson to the Portland Trailblazers at number 3. Sneakily might be the steal of the draft at 3. And it's interesting because as of this moment, when you and I are talking, Damian Lillard is still on the Portland Trailblazers. Fascinating backcourt. Can they play together? And do you like the idea of them playing together?
Well, Scoot can go.
Yeah.
I mean, he's legit. And I love his game. I think playing with Lillard, he's going to learn a lot. They're both dynamic offensive players. I think he's going to be able to come in and be an effective, very good player right away. The question now, if you're Damian Lillard, is where are things going? Just a few years ago, you were in the Western Conference Finals, and now it looks like it's going in the other direction. Is this the time you finally ask for a trade? Or are you going to be part of mentoring these young guys? Look, we saw a guy like Bradley Beal. You look at his contract and say, who's going to take that on? Bang, he got traded. We've seen Porzingis get traded. So now a guy like Lillard, if he ends up being out on the market, there'll be somebody out there, multiple teams that would want him.
Oh, man, he would just be so good on so many teams. And it'd be nice to see him get deep into the postseason, too. He deserves it. We should also mention a couple of Canadians went in the top 33 picks, the first 2 rounds. Olivier Maxence Prosper, drafted by Sacramento. He goes to Dallas in a trade. And then Leonard Miller goes to the Spurs in the 3rd pick in the 2nd round. So Canada basketball continuing to impress.
Well, number 2 in the world in representation in the NBA, and it just keeps getting better and better. So it's a wonderful night again for Canadian basketball.
Great to see you, my friend.
You're looking really good.
Thank you. Thank you.